So I'm probably going to be doing a few of these. We'll see how this goes. I'm probably going to be doing a few of these. KW.com, I'll log into that too. But what we want to do, I wanted to talk about how to use the Michael Lewis Marketing Suite in order to produce farming materials and other good stuff. The Market Center spends money every month. Where is record? How about I'll just do Jennifer Strange because I found hers. Okay. So for KW.com.
That's great.
Right. So this will be demonstration purposes only. Nobody is actually going to be spammed in the process. Okay. So first of all, Michael Lewis Marketing Suite likes Chrome. It does not like Internet Explorer at all. It's not so happy with Firefox. Safari, so-so. Right? Safari is generally okay, but it likes Chrome. If you do not use Google Chrome, you're going to have difficulties. Even if you have a Mac, Safari works, generally speaking, but it likes Google Chrome. It really likes Google Chrome. So what browser should you be using? Chrome, Internet Explorer. So if you don't have Google Chrome, you should download Google Chrome. Google Chrome is, by the way, the #1 browser used in the world right now. Google Chrome, more people use Google Chrome than use Internet Explorer or Firefox or Safari. Just saying. If you don't believe me, Google it and see what happens. So, has anybody memorized the URL to log into the Michael Lewis Marketing Suite? No. So if we wanted to find it, we could type in Michael Lewis Marketing Suite. How about that? In Google, and hit enter and see what we find. Look at that. The Michael Lewis Marketing Suite pops right up. So I would notice KW Welcome also works too. But if we just to show you, we'll click on the first one, which is good, and it says they've launched a new app for the Android. This one, by the way, is a marketing piece about why Michael Lewis Marketing Suite is cool. But notice the second one says KW Welcome. All right, you might want to watch this thing about Michael Lewis Marketing Suite. It's interesting. But how about KW Welcome? That sort of sounds like what we want to do, because we're at KW and we want to feel welcome. So now that we're here, we go to my account, and apparently I've logged in as Cindy at some point because I have a program that remembers this sort of stuff.
So you have to sign in.
You have to log in. Go to my account and log in, and I also have 24. I'll just use. How many do I have? How many of these do I have? I have a bunch of them. How about, since Cindy's not here to complain, I'm going to log in as her. Now,
we all have our own on there?
yes. Now, the email that Danelle has for you is your email. And the password is by default Michael Lewis Marketing Suite password. All right? Really? I would suggest you change it. But this isn't like a secret site. It makes flyers. Right? And if you wanted to hack into Cindy's site and make flyers, I don't know why that would be fun, but you could do this. So if whatever you think Danelle has as your email is what you should put in for email, and put in MLMS password. Has anybody? All right, so because that may be the wrong email. So I'm going to put in 24, come back here, 24 San Jose at gmail.com, and I'm going to put in the MLS password. and it worked for me. So if it doesn't work, it means you don't know the email that Danelle has put in for you. Who would you ask to find out which email it is? Are you going to call me and ask me what email Danelle has for you? How about that? Send me an email asking me what email Danelle has for you. That that seems like a plan, right? So once you've got that, you're going to write it down. Notice I use a program called LastPass. I know I've probably never mentioned this before, but what I'm doing is I'm saving my login so that I don't have to worry about this anymore or think about which email it is.
It's MLS password?
Yeah. MLMS.
MLMS.
Michael Lewis Marketing Suite password. Which at some point you might want to change, but it's not a big deal. Right? You understand? People can't actually do anything with the site but make stuff. No, maybe not. All right. So has anybody been able to log in besides me?
Nope, not yet.
All right. Brad has. Neil has. So we're going for. So you could go and ask Danelle right now. Yeah, just ask Danelle. So we want Jennifer, Mona, and Rick. Well, no, the other Rick.
I think I know.
How about Sylvia?
Yeah, I got it. I got it just
Sylvia knows.
days ago.
All right. So part one is you need to know your email address and password. Now that we're here,
Except my battery's dead.
no personal stories, please.
She'll bring that right.
Okay. So if we look at the different choices here, business cards, door hangers, flyers, jumbo postcards, property brochures, and customer service. They also have, notice it says here, register for a training webinar. Join one of our weekly webinars, like the Wascally Wabbit webinars. Click here to register. All right, so if you want to know more, and you may not, but if you want to know more, you can do this. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to start with, because this is a farming, maybe a jumbo postcard. Does that sound like fun? All right. By the way, the Michael Lewis Marketing Suite has a series of video. Why don't we do that? I'm going to open up a Google tab, because let's say you're completely confused about Michael Lewis Marketing, and MICHAEL Lewis Marketing Suite. Notice we're searching for that. If you click on videos, you're going to find this is a nice video here from Keller Williams Classic, 5-minute and 51-second introduction. Then there's a series of tutorials. Notice these are all on YouTube, uploaded by Michael Lewis Marketing Suite. There's one on business cards, one on jumbo postcards. There's their intro video. There's another postcard video. You get the idea?
Which one did you click on first before you got to here?
I don't know where, I can't see your screen, so I don't know where you got to here. What I'm pointing out is that if you Google search Michael Lewis Marketing Suite, you're going to find instructional videos on how to do this. I'm not going to go through them all right now, but I'm just letting you know that you're not alone. Okay? So now that we've logged in, we're going to click on Jumbo Postcard, and notice all these different series. There's the Red Series, the Slate Series, Market Updates, Design My Own, Upload My Own Design. I'm not sure what the difference is. Holidays, For Sale by Owners, Rent versus Buy, Short Sales, whatever they are. Team Leader, Commercial. Why don't we, so just taking a peek at this, that's what the Red Series looks like. This is what the Slate Series looks like. All right? These are just much higher quality marketing pieces than what you can get into eEdge. eEdge, as I've showed you before, will make a postcard that's just listed or just sold instantly practically, but it doesn't look nearly as nice as this. The good news about the eEdge system is that it does it almost instantly. The bad news is it doesn't look as nice as this. On this one, the good news is it looks really cool, very professional, high quality stuff. The bad news is it requires more work in order to produce it. Market updates. Ooh, 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 ooh. So there is the red and the black market update. So what I was going to do is show you how to make a market update. Doesn't that sound like just lots of fun, right? We're going to do a market update. And and if we have time, I might talk about property brochures. Notice property brochures is a choice up here. The property brochures look really nice, but let's do a market update. I've clicked on that. Now, what happens is it gives me two choices, mail out or handout. Mail out or handout. If I do mail out, it wants a back. And down here are some different backs. You can change your mind later because I know you can't really see that much. If you click on this, let's say, I kind of like this one. I'm clicking on one of the backs. And it shows a bunch of different backs, right? And the thing about the back is that it's got space for the address, and the backs are kind of busy. So notice this back actually has a place for you to put just listed market update stuff. This is, they've got lots of stuff on the back, including design your own with a blank canvas. I'm going to cancel that one, and we're just going to go back. And there's another back. So my goal today is not to click on every single back so that you can see it. And by the way, if you say, well, those backs are too busy, I don't like them, you can delete elements if you don't like it. Right, so how about this? I'm going to pick that back. By the way, if I clicked on handout, because I'm not planning to mail it out, I don't have to have a back. Thank you, Jennifer. Everybody owes Jennifer a buck. Well, I would all go. What I would all do is after this meeting, go over and stand in front of Danelle's desk with your arms folded and frown at her. Right?
Look, so is it possible the password is different than what you're...
Yeah, I don't, not unless you've changed it. MLMS password.
And it's not case sensitive.
Not I put it all in lowercase, and it worked. MLMS
I understand.
for multi-level marketing sham. No, that's not right. Scam. No. Michael Lewis Marketing Suite. So back to this. If we click handout, we don't need a back. Now it worked. It was Jennifer bringing you the piece of paper that.
That's what you
I
noticed.
got a new password, but it doesn't work.
Well, you're gonna. I'm not. I can't. Go frown at Danelle, and there's. I bet that at the login there's a button that says I forgot my password. I want to reset my password.
There is. I bet.
That's what I did. And it did the
Well, I talked to. I can't. I'm not gonna. I can't spend the class on. All right. If we click on handout, we don't need a back. If we click on mail out for a postcard, it wants to make a back too because it wants us to mail them out. All right. Is everybody with me so far?
Can I be with you?
Click on edit selected template. And the first thing it's going to do is it's going to show you your profile information. You might want to click on edit and take a peek at it.
Selected a back.
If you want to select the back, select the back. If you don't want to select the back, just click on handout. And then you don't need a back. Sylvia, if you go to Danelle and ask her, she's got an administrative login. So do I, but I'm not going to log out and log in. So is everybody, so,
So you say continue when you get to that front topic?
all right.
You want flyers or jumbo?
Jumbo postcard. I'm going to go through this again. Market updates. I picked the black one as opposed to the red one. For simplicity purposes, I'm going to click handout. But if you were actually doing this for a real postcard, you would click mail out, so it would produce a front and a back. And we're going to click on edit selected template. Once we've done that, it has what little information I've given it, which is not a lot. If you hit continue, it's not going to add anything else to your profile. If this is your first time here, click on edit. And now it'll allow you to put in a title, address, fax number, your mobile phone number, your website number, your BRE number. Agent logo is if you've designed your own logo. Some people have. Lisa Grislin has her own logo. Lisa Paz Furtado has her own logo. Jim Holt has his own logo. You could have yours too. If you don't have your own logo, don't do anything. Agent logo. So that's the agent logo. You could add, you could remove it. A QR code. If you have a QR code, or you're using the mobile app QR code, you could upload the QR code file here. All right. And I think up here, my system isn't, because of the projector, isn't showing it very well, but I believe in the top left is an agent photo button. Is that right? And if you click on choose file, you can go to the agent photo and upload your photo. Does everybody see that? Mona, Rick.
What? Okay, hi.
So,
Just feel it in me. Sorry. All right.
I'm not telling you.
Under BRE number 2, but should you type CAL?
if you want to type CAL, BRE, pound, that's fine.
Sorry, I left my bag there on the table.
So I'm just going to, so the first step in using this system is you update your profile information. And click on save information once you've done it. I haven't really updated mine, but I'm not actually going to do anything. All right, everybody with us?
Yep.
Okay,
The new one is not working either.
then go talk to Danelle. I can't,
Do password recovery. That's what I'm doing.
uh,
All right.
so I'm recording this. I don't know why this is not going well, but I'm recording it. And I'm going to click on continue. I'm just going to keep going. If you're having password, I go frown at Danelle. Now, what it's now doing is it's pulling this up. Right? Now, what you need to do is to change it so that it doesn't say Green Ivy Lane. Now, this is a little funky. I've clicked on Green Ivy Lane. If I hit enter or space, how about space? The advanced text editor pulls up. And how about if I said 9 CAMPBELL, Campbell. Save changes. So it says Campbell. Market update for September 2014. I hit space. I change that to July 2014. I save changes. Then this next one is Green Ivy Lane market update for September 2014. And what do I do to edit this? Space. And I would say CAMPBELL market update for 2014. If you want everything uppercase, that's fine with me. I'm not really mailing this out.
But you are recording.
Maybe.
I'm not, doesn't mean I'm going to keep it. Now, one of the things that unfortunately they don't have is an import. So these columns are sort of a manual thing. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm logged in. I'm going to do this a little bit slower. I'm logged, and if you have a piece of paper, you might want to write this down. If you don't have a piece of paper, Sylvia's happy. What we're going to do is I'm going to go to Matrix Search, and I'm going to go to, I'm doing this for Rick because he gave me $10 before and said, fix my site. I'm going to go to My Matrix, and I'm going to go to Settings, and I'm going to go to Custom Exports. Now, you may not want to do this, but I'm going to do this, and you'll see why. I'm going to click on Add an Export, and I'm going to call this export the Michael Lewis Marketing Suite. And what do we want? They have status, date, address, and by the way, this changes from which one you do. So I'm going to call this the Michael Lewis Marketing Suite Black.
You added an export, is what you did?
Right. Black update. So I went to My Matrix, Settings, Custom Exports. I'm adding an export. My Matrix, Settings, Custom Export, add an export. And I'm calling it the Michael Lewis Black update, and I'll show you why, because the red one is a different order. Now you don't, this is not the biggest deal in the world, but you'll see the madness in my method in a minute.
Okay, Michael Lewis Black?
This is what I'm calling it. Just let me, you're going to add an export. You can call this Michael Lewis Export 1, Michael Lewis Export 2, but I'm using the black market update, and so that's why I want to do it. Now notice what it wants is status, date, address, square foot, beds, bath, and price. Can you change that? Sure. You can change it, but I'm too lazy to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just scroll down here, and I'm going to pick status, and I'm going to add it. Date, now that could be list date, close date. It doesn't really say what date it is, but I'm not going to worry about that, because if it's active, it's a list date. If it's, they might have to call me and ask me what date I'm talking about. So I'm going to, this is a funky thing, but maybe I'll do something besides the date. What else would we do here? We have address, square footage, bed, bath, price. I'll say, how about if I click on this, this will let me edit it. I'm going to say list date. Save changes. Why not? And I have to make this a little bit bigger. Is it list date? All right. So you can change this. I don't really feel like changing everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add listing date. And then another one is address. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to take the address. You could just manually type all these in. I don't really care. But what else do we want? Square foot. Square foot is building square foot. I'm going to add that. So beds and baths. We could change that, but if we wanted to do it their way, I would put in beds total. We're going to add that, and baths full. We're going to add that. That requires a little manual work, which I really hate to do. And price could be either list price or sales price. The fact that this is a little, we don't really know what it is, isn't a bad idea, because I've always found it's good to have people call and say, is that the list price or the sales price on your flyer? But we're going to, what we've now done is we've added all the things that this particular column wants. Now, if you say, I don't like those things, I want different things, change it. I don't care. Right, but I'm just doing this. I'm going to click on the label button here because it's just easier. And I'm going to click on Save. And what I've done is I've created a Michael Lewis Marketing Suite Black Update export. And so now I'm going to go to my farm. This is not really the right farm, but we don't really care. I'm going to go active to sold. I'm going to do single family homes, let's say. And I'm going to say I want the city, I want the zip code 95008. And how, let's see, 0 minus 7. And there's still too many. So now, in your particular farm, you're probably going to have a more, I'm not going through the trouble of doing a map search for your farm, right? You understand? I'm assuming I have other videos on how to do that. Right? So I assume that you already have a farm, you already have a territory, you already have that saved. So I'm doing this purely for demonstration purposes. We click on results. Here's the list. I highlight that big box. I go to export. I pick the Michael Lewis Marketing Suite Black Update. I export it. I have to save it someplace because Google demands that I save it someplace. And then I open it up. Come on. All right.
So you saved that Excel export back into what we did with the other one.
So I've just saved this. And I'm auto-fitting the column width because I like it. And I highlight the first row and bold it. I'm not going to use that because they already have labels. Although I could, do you understand, go back in and change each of the Michael Lewis column headings to match whatever my export is. So just so you understand, if you don't like my export, if you don't like their columns, write your own, create your own export. I really don't care. So what I'm going to do, though, is take the status and go to data and A through Z, and what that does is it puts active first, pending seconds, and sold thirds. And what I want to do is I don't want it to say pending without release. I just want it to say pending. So I'm going to drag it down so it just says pending. And I don't want it to say closed sale. I just want it to say sold. And so I'm going to drag that down so it just says sold. And now that I have that, I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go back to Michael Lewis Marketing. I'm going to highlight that. And what do I do if I want to edit? Space bar. And I paste it in and I get to save changes. And there's that list. All right. And then I go back, and whether list date, I don't like the look of that date. So if I highlight it and right click, format cells, it allows me to pick another format for the date, and I'm going to pick that one because I like that one better. Copy that. Go back here. Highlight this. Space. Getting rid of it, save changes. Does everybody get the idea of what I'm doing? This is rocket surgery.
The only thing I didn't get is how you exported it to the cell phone, but I know you did.
Well, you have to, I'll go back through that. I'm going to take the streets, copy that.
You know, I can show you that later.
I have videos. This is, it takes, I'll do that really quickly at the end. And you see what I'm doing now. Some of this, notice it's taking up a little too much space. See how it went over? And now you're saying, oh, it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. Is there any way I could change the font size? How about if I go up here? All right. So I made the streets a little bit smaller so it all fits. I can move things around. Does everybody see? I can move things around. Now, square foot, if you don't like I sometimes, because I have this, I don't know, I like when I have a number, I would like it, where's number, second one down, I like it to use the thousand separator without any of the decimal points, so it looks like that. I just like that. So I copy that, I go here, I click, I space out, and put that in Save Changes. Bedrooms and baths is a little more difficult. It might be easier to just pick one, but what we have to do, what I'm going to do, just because I'm going to be efficient today, is I'm going to just say beds, because I have that. But you understand this would require that you create a column that says 3, 2, 4, 2, 3, 1, right? You'd have to actually, if you want to tell them both of that, but I'm too efficient to do that, so I'm just going to say beds. And so we're going to take that and copy that and hit space. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. Do you have to hit? Don't ask me why. I have no idea why. And price is, and again, I think I picked list price. Is that what I picked? List
Yes.
price. It could be sales price. I could move that over. I could even, if I wanted to on this, I could create another, I could change the columns. Like I could get rid of list date and move stuff over. I'm really not that interested. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the sales prices and put them there. Does everybody see what I'm doing? I'm going to now format this, and I'm going to say it's currency because I like that little $sign. Copy that. And so I think it's good if somebody has to call me and say, is that the list price or is that the sales price? And then I can explain to them, because I'm having a conversation, and this seems to be better if I move that. All right. So we've made a market update. Now, this looks nice. I think it looks nice. But now that we've done this, by the way, if we didn't know what we were doing and we wanted to learn how to do something, can anybody see anything on the screen that might help you learn how to do this? Video tutorial, right? So you could click on this and watch a video. We're going to save our link. You could view proof and continue. I'm saving the work just because I really want to. And let's see what it's doing. Come on. All right. I'm going to view proof and continue. It's so it's saving it. View proof and continue. By the way, I haven't really done anything with the back. I think I picked the one thing. We could add an image. We could add text. The bleed, by the way, see that border, the red border? Don't put anything past that red border because it's not going to get printed. But we're going to now go to view proof and continue, and we're about to come to the really cool part. I know you're wondering when is there going to be a cool part to this. So this is what it looks like. Look at our choices. We could download the PDF and we could download a JPEG. We also, by the way, could have Michael Lewis Marketing Suite printed for us. We also could let Michael Lewis Marketing Suite give us labels. I'm not kidding. You know how some of us, there's that Cole Realty resource where you can give it an address and do a radius and it'll pop up. You, by the way, could order a mailing list. Actually, I think they give you the mailing list if you print, which says I want other 4-bedroom homes, right, in this area, right? So they'll actually do a mailing list. They do first class, second, and third class, which is not extended carrier route, which is the cheapest bulk mail, but you can do some reduced, and they have printing, and they'll tell you how much the whole thing is going to cost. I'm assuming we're all too cheap, thrifty, to do that. So one of the things we could do is download the PDF, or let's just download the JPEG, which is, I'm just going to call this something MLMS test, TEST, and I'm saving it as a JPEG. And there's a reason for doing the JPEG. How am I doing on time? If I download the PDF, I'm just going to let it download so you can see what the PDF looks like. So that's what the PDF looks like, right? It's a one-up jumbo. If you took it to a printer, they could figure it out. But with the JPEG, we could do other things with it, like paste it into another program. But some of you, probably Jennifer, is wondering, why did I log into KW.com? Why did I do that? Why did I do that? And let's say that Jennifer wanted to email this to a group of people she has an e-edge. How would you do that? Well, there's my email. Does everybody see that? e-edge messages. We could get there by just going into the someplace, into the back room, and what I really want to do is to just get to this section that says email and reminders, and it says that Jennifer has 21 new webmails. Be sure you check that. That's mostly spam. We're going to go to compose email, and this has her signature and all this other stuff pops up in the two. If we click on the two, what it's going to do is show groups. She has 1,944 eligible contacts. This particular email will only go to 500. Just saying. The system is upgrading right now, and there was the single email template that you could send to 5,000 people. But right now, we can only do 500. So what I'm assuming is that most of you don't have 1,944 people. So if you had a group of people that was 500 or less, you could click it in here, and we can embed that picture in our email. Now, the way we would do that is there's this little, looks like a mountain, because it's supposed to be a picture of a mountain. If we click on that, we're going to hit a wall. And the wall we're going to hit is that Market Leader doesn't want to host your pictures, because that's Facebook's job, isn't it? Right? To host your pictures. So what Market Leader wants is a link to pictures. And how would we get a link to pictures? We type in TinyPic, TinyPic. Notice what pops up. TinyPic, free image hosting. TinyPic, free image hosting. We click on it, and we're now at TinyPic. And I'm going to choose a file, and guess which file I'm going to pick? I'm going to pick the MLMS test file, and I'm going to upload it, and I'm going to wait, and it wants me, this is my click to reveal security code. Oh. There are other systems. They want me to watch. This is what you get for free. Please enter, make work. All right. So. All right. So, by the way, if you don't want to watch TinyPic's little commercial, there's a company called PhotoBucket. There's a company called Flickr. There are other ones, but this one is easy. The one we want is the last one here that says direct link for layout. We're going to copy that. We're going to paste it. We're going to click on OK. And what we have is our market update. Could this be a just listed template? Now, I know you're thinking, That's really cool, right? Isn't that what you're thinking? But that's not the cool part. The cool part is now that we've done that, we can hyperlink that entire image to our website, or if this was just listed, the Keller Williams is going to give you a unique landing page for your listing that has your picture, your name, and your phone number, and all the information about the listing, and we would go to that page, copy that URL, and we can hyperlink it here, right? So if they click on the market update, and I'm just doing market update as an example, right? This isn't probably the best one, but you could send this out. Like, let's say you were farming Gilroy, Cambrian, Almaden, Willow Glen, Evergreen, or a particular area, and somehow you had email addresses of people that were in that area. You could be using this to send an email blast to them. Remember, 500 right now is the limit. By the way, would it be possible for us to take that image and paste it? If we go to My Marketing, how much time do I have before people say, too much?
11:46.
Stop. So if we went to My Marketing and we went to create marketing materials, Sylvia it's coming to her. She's ahead of many of you. We're going to click on postcards. We're just going to pick one. How about who's number one in real estate? All right, and that's an email one, but let's just pick who's number one in real estate. And we've it doesn't really matter which postcard we pick, because what we're going to do is we're going to take the image that we saved from our Michael Lewis Marketing Suite, and it's not letting me do anything. So let me see how this works. I'm going to add an image. I'm going to browse. I have to admit I haven't tried it on this particular one before, but come on, browse, desktop, MLS test, open. There we go. And it doesn't fit particularly well, but I would use a different template. But anyhow, forget that part. By the way, could we post this on Facebook?
Yeah.
So you could, especially if it's a just listed or just sold, you could email it to people. You could post it on Facebook. You could even print it out, right, from using the image or the picture. Is it considered an ad to do this? I would consider this a community service.
So you put the href in when you did the
Tiny pick. I picked the. I don't see the href. That's at the top. No, that's HTML for a website.
So, but you can't save it on your computer.
I saved it on the computer first. Okay. By the way, PhotoBucket doesn't make you look at as many ads. It doesn't make you watch a video, but it requires that you create a PhotoBucket account. I don't have a TinyPick account, and it let me do it as long as I watch the video, right? The little ad, right? So what do I care? PhotoBucket will give you those same 4 links. Notice there's a URL for email and instant messaging, whatever that is. That link could be put, it's like a little blue hyperlink. We could put it in an email as a link. This actually would embed it on a web page. And this is the direct link that we need for that particular added in. There's a whole bunch of them. There's hundreds of free image hosting websites. All right. So, wasn't that just special? What I'm going to do is I want to. So, what? Question.
So, but from the Michael Lewis, we can download as a PDF and just use that as a.
Yes, you can. Okay. Right. I wanted to. Obviously, you can download it as a JPEG, or you can download it as a PDF. It only is.
And then put it in something else like PowerPoint or something.
Or Publisher, because the thing is that the PDF is only one, and if you went to a printer, they would probably want two of them up.
Or you could, if you already have a Publisher 2 set up,
You just drop the JPEG in and you've got it. And also, remember I showed you how to take Publisher and make a postcard and mail merge it to a list, right? And so that's an advance. I have videos of me doing this. I'm not going to do this now. So property brochures, by the way, there's some really nice looking property brochures. And I like the Slate series is a newer series. And these, I think, look nicer than what you get from eEdge. And if we click on one, notice they have pricing. And I know agents do this, that especially if you have a high-end listing, you ought to have professional photographs. You ought to have a professional virtual tour. The reason that you're seeing them on the Keller Williams page is because Kavika is posting them for some of the agents, but you could too if you had a virtual tour. You don't have to have a back for this, but you might have a lot of pictures and want to have a back. Let's just pick one. So let's say I've got lots of pictures. So notice we can put in words and things like that. I'm just going to pick one. Edit the theme. Notice it's always giving me a choice. Do I want to edit my profile information? Once you've done it, you don't have to keep doing it, but you might want to. So here's the outside, here's the inside. So the two-sided one would be you have a bunch of outside photos, a bunch of inside photos, right? And we're going to continue. And this, I wanted to just cover this, even though it may or may not be exactly farming, is that what you need to do is have all the pictures ready. And by the way, this may not be that obvious, but you see this little plus sign? When you click on that plus sign, it allows you really to zoom into the different elements, right? And this is a weird looking thing. I don't know why. It's upside down. And not everything is upside down, but that is upside down, and I don't know why. So I don't know why it's upside down. That's a good question to ask them.
Maybe the back.
I know, but it still shouldn't be upside down.
So, question.
Yeah.
If I get,
It's
like
upside down.
Maureen uses the Michael Lewis for flyers.
Right.
She said she emails it to me. How can I take that flyer and change my address on there, like you just did, edit my profile?
Yes. That's a different. Are you going to tell Maureen that I'm showing you how to do that?
No.
Okay. So
She told me I can't.
what?
She told me I can't.
Oh, that's good then. Then you can tell her. So let's say somebody emails you. It requires the use of Microsoft Publisher. It's possible to do it without it, but it's a lot easier. So does she send it to you as a PDF or an image? She's going to send it to you probably as a PDF or an image because there's only two ways of getting it out of here.
Because I couldn't do it, so
There's
that's
only
too
two
bad.
ways of getting it out of here. One is as a PDF and the other one is an image. There's only two ways of getting it out of Michael Lewis, as a PDF or an image. So I'm assuming it's one of those. If it's a PDF, if it's an image, it's really easy. If it's a PDF, you need to, and I promise to stop after I say this, you need to convert the PDF into an image. And in order to convert a PDF into an image, you need one of two things. You need software that's on your computer that will convert a PDF into an image. Adobe Acrobat, which is a very expensive program, will do it. And the Office has it installed on every computer here. Right? So any of our computers. But let's say Sylvia's saying, I don't want to buy Adobe Acrobat Pro, and I don't want to go to the Office to do it because I'm in Gilroy. What you would do is go to a website called Zamzar, and Zamzar converts anything pretty much into anything. And so, well, and it's free. You can buy an upgrade. But what we're going to do is I'm going to choose a file. And notice this one that we did for the market update is see, that's a PDF. I'm going to open it up. And now step 2, so I've chose the PDF. So Maureen sends you a PDF. We say convert it. And I'm going to say I would like it to be a PNG file. And I'm going to put in my email address, and I'm going to click on convert. And what Zamzar is going to do is it's going to make an image out of her flyer and send it to you. Right. So once you've got that, this publisher, I know it sounds like a lot of work, but if you don't want to hand out at the open, the other option is you can make your own flyers on eEdge or make your own flyers with this. But let's say you don't want to do all that much work, so we're going to go to Microsoft Office, and we're going to go to Microsoft Office Publisher. I have to remember and we're going to this is the old version. I'm going to have to get used to that. We open up a page, we insert a picture from file, and we find, now this Zamzar by now has sent me an image, but I don't have it. So once you've done this, let's say that down here in that corner is where it has Maureen's picture and Maureen's contact information. What you do is you just create a text box, and you fill it so it won't show up behind, and you type in your name and your contact information. You type it in here. You could take your picture too, and once you've got it all in, you just overlay it on top of her picture, phone number, email address. You just put yours on top, and then you can create a PDF. You can print from this. You can print from it. So she sends you a PDF. You either come to the office and convert it. Adobe Acrobat has a save as image command. It does it immediately. You don't have Adobe Acrobat. You don't want to come to the office. Zamzar.com. Pick that flyer, upload it, tell Zamzar you want it to be an image, give them your email, they'll email you a link, you download the image, you put it in Publisher, you overlay your contact information on top of her contact information, and you have now changed her flyer to your flyer without having to redo the whole thing.
Just a nice, really nice.
Right. So I did that twice. Was that good? Does everybody get the steps to do that, right? But if this is your own, what I would recommend, this stuff looks better than the eEdge standard stuff, right? It makes nicer looking flyers, nicer looking postcards, and you ought to invest a little bit of time to learn how to use it. We pay $500 a month for our associates to have access to the software, right? Right? So use it.
So that's part, we pay part of that.
Oh, well, and where does the Market Center get the money to pay that?
Yeah, so we're paying.
Right. So you're paying for it. I would use it. Right? I certainly did.
Sort of, yeah.
It was kind of iffy at the beginning. All right.
We had a lot of bad behavior early on. Anyway, sorry.
All right. And Zamzar, by the way, is a really cool. I know if I go to my email, Zamzar's already sent me the picture. Right? Free conversion. By the way, is there other, if I were to type in free convert PDF to JPEG, free convert PDF to JPEG, guess what I'm going to find? Zamzar is not the only one that does this, right? Zamzar is not the only one. But that's all you need to do. Make it an image, overlay, and that's it. We're done. I'm through. No more.